Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us today for the next webinar in our What's New series. I'm sure you're probably all sick of hearing it by now, but Happy New Year to you all, and I hope you've managed to have some time off over this festive period. In today's webinar, we'll cover some of the newest features in Microsoft 365 that you can implement in your business, as well as covering some brand new features that are coming up in the next few months. Now, don't feel like you need to make notes or take it all in straight away, as we'll be sending out a recording of the webinar and a follow-up fact sheet later today. Also, as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them into the Q&A box at the side at any time. I'll do my best to have a look at that as we go through, but also there's going to be some dedicated time for questions at the end of the webinar. So, what we're looking at today. A new reasoning mode selector is coming to Copilot Chat. Copilot Chat will also soon be able to help you manage outstanding meeting RSVPs. Data source specific filters are coming to Microsoft 365 Copilot Search. We'll look at forwarding multiple Microsoft Teams messages at the same time, and dynamic autocorrect is coming to Microsoft Teams. And then lastly, of course, what's next? As always, it's good to see so many people coming back and joining us again, and welcome to all of the new faces as well. Let's start with a quick introduction to Bedroq. My name is Craig Mundy, and I'm the Digital Marketing Manager at Bedroq. You might even recognize my voice from other videos on our website or YouTube channel. Now, Bedroq is an IT managed service provider, and we're now a Microsoft Solutions partner for security. This means that most of the IT that we implement is based on the Microsoft stack. So that includes things like Microsoft 365, Microsoft Teams, Azure, etc. This also means that we meet all of the technical competencies, quality of service standards, and customer criteria that Microsoft demand in the IT security world. We're also experts in secure, resilient networks and managed IT solutions where performance is critical. We work with organizations that have some of the high security requirements in the UK, and we manage mission critical IT and operational technology for those highly regulated organizations. The most important thing that we want to achieve, no matter what your organization does, is to make sure that your IT strategy is supporting your business as a whole. And we do this with the help of our 8 strategic rocks that you can see here on the slide. Data, skills, backup, strategy, investment, security, quality of service, and collaboration. The collaboration rock is the focus of this webinar series, as most of the Microsoft 365 apps that we're talking about are collaboration tools. And many people that we've come across have invested heavily into their IT. They've bought all of these apps and they have their Microsoft licenses, but they're not using them to their full potential, and therefore not seeing the best return on investment either. So that's the aim of this webinar series, to keep you up to date with everything that's coming out and everything that you can start to implement that you've probably already got access to, and hopefully start making a big difference to your business strategy. Bedroq also offers cybersecurity support. I'm sure we've all heard or read about cyber attacks in the news, and we know that this is quite frequently done through social engineering, which is through the manipulation of the humans on the support desks to get passwords changed or to learn some sort of details that will help the attacker gain access to the system. Recovery from something like this can be a lengthy and costly process, so it's increasingly important for any organization of any size to be prepared, because these sorts of attacks are becoming more common. As I've said, Bedroq has a lot of experience of working with organizations with high security requirements. We have our own cybersecurity specialists who use these sorts of events as ways to improve our own systems and offerings. We're Cyber Essentials accredited, and we're also part of the National Cybersecurity Centre Industry 100, meaning we've got a lot of knowledge and guidance to share. So if you're looking to assess or better understand your cybersecurity needs and requirements, then please get in touch and we can discuss best practice, consult on what your organization is doing to prepare, help you understand the why behind some of these attacks, as well as offer training to bring you and your team up to speed. If it's of interest, then just drop myself an email or go through the contact page on our website and we'll be happy to set up a meeting with our cybersecurity experts. Okay, so first up, we're going to have a nice and easy update that's coming to Copilot Chat. You now have the option to manually choose how you want Copilot's reasoning to look. So make your way to Microsoft Teams, and on the left-hand side, find the Copilot app. Now, if it's not on display, like you can see in the screenshot on the left of this slide, then click on the three-dot menu that's just below it and search for Copilot that way. So once you click onto it, it'll open up Copilot Chat, where you can ask your questions, set up a prompt, and now decide what sort of reasoning Copilot uses. In the top right-hand corner, you'll see the Auto option with a little drop-down arrow next to it. It's fairly self-explanatory once you click into it, as it explains the modes that you can choose from. Auto, it's on by default following this update, and it lets Copilot decide the best reasoning for it to use based on the question that you've asked or the task that you want help with. Quick response, Copilot will aim to give you a fast response. It may not be as thorough, but you will get a quick answer. Think deeper, Copilot takes longer to think, which should lead to better overall answers. And then lastly, at the bottom there, you've got the More button with, again, another little drop-down tab. When you click onto it, it gives you two more options of the model to use, which are based on the ChatGPT versions that I've discussed in previous webinars. Now, it's important to note that whichever mode you select, it will be remembered and retained for new chats as well. So just be aware of this when you're coming back to Copilot in case you're thinking, oh, it's taking a really long time just to find this really simple thing, whatever it is, just be aware of it and you can just click into the menu and change it again. This should be an interesting update as it allows you to see which mode works best for the sort of questions that you usually ask and allows you to try out different ones to see what might work best for you. Perhaps there's a better option. I've honestly not had a chance to properly play around with it myself, so please let me know if you have and if there's any noticeable difference when you switch between these modes or not. As always, I'll be taking the update with a pinch of salt until we actually get hands-on and test it out a bit. Thankfully, this update was rolled out in December, just last month, so you should all be able to go and try it out and see if you can get the most out of Copilot Chat. While we're on the topic of Copilot Chat, here's another little update that can help you keep up with your busy inbox and full calendar. Microsoft is introducing a new capability in Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat that will let you RSVP to meetings directly within the chat experience. This update has the potential to simplify meeting management by allowing you to respond with accept, decline, tentative, follow, or remove cancelled meetings, all without leaving Copilot Chat. In this specific example, in this screenshot, you can see that the prompt is asking to accept any outstanding, unresponded to meetings for today. And based on the prompt, Copilot has given the option simply to accept, and it's for both of the meetings, which is perhaps not ideal. So when this update is rolled out, we'll need to have a bit of a play around, see what sort of responses we can get based on what we ask, if we need to be slightly more or less specific. Hopefully, we'll actually be able to ask it to find all of the outstanding RSVPs, and then for each of those results, it'll hopefully have its own answer. So again, you can accept, decline, tentative, etc. to each of them individually rather than one bulk answer. So for those of you that are in back-to-back meetings all day, I'm sure it can be difficult to stay on top of all the new invites coming in as well and juggling all of those while you're trying to also stay focused in the meeting that you're currently in. And hopefully this will let you scan through them a bit quicker, all in one, when you get 5 minutes to yourself, just having to do a quick prompt into Copilot Chat. It'll let you see all the ones that you haven't accepted yet, and then you can manage them from there. Now, this update is set to roll out by the end of January 2026. So let's stick with Copilot and let's move slightly sideways to an update that is coming to the search function. So in case you haven't used it before, this is specifically talking about the web version of Microsoft Copilot. You can find it by simply Googling Copilot Chat or head to that URL that's screenshotted in the top of this slide. So make your way there and then look for the menu on the left-hand side where there's the search option, click into that. And then from within that, you'll be able to find content from across your organization, be that in Outlook, Teams, Power BI, SharePoint, etc. Once you're there, you can also search for various file types or information that was shared in a Teams message, and basically anything in between those with the various filters that you can see. However, this is going to be improved once again with data source specific filters. The introduction of this dynamic filtering experience will let you select a data source. So you can see a list of examples on the right-hand side marked by number 1. And this source list will include, but is not limited to, Outlook, SharePoint, Teams, Azure DevOps, ServiceNow, GitHub, Copilot Chat, and as well as all of those sources that you also see in that red box as well. So once you've selected the source and you type into the search bar what it is that you're looking for within that source, the interface will display a set of further tailored filters to that source. So again, helping you narrow it down even further to more relevant filters. Again, that's marked by number 2. These refiners let you narrow down the results by unique attributes that, as I say, are specific to that data source. And hopefully this will help you find what you're looking for just a little bit faster than ever before. So even when you just type in some vague words into the search bar, as long as if you remember what kind of source it is in or what you're wanting to look through, this will hopefully help you find it as fast as you can. Now, please note here that a Microsoft 365 license is required for this feature, and this update should be rolling out anytime now. So as always, make sure to have a look and see if you've got access to it yet. Okay, so we'll move on from Copilot to take a look at a few quality of life updates that are coming to Microsoft Teams. First up, Microsoft is introducing the ability to select up to 5 messages from a Teams chat or channel and forward them together in one message. All you need to do is hover over one of those messages that you want to forward until that emoji and 3-dot menu appear above it. Click on the 3 dots, and then at the top of that drop-down menu, you'll see the forward option. When you click this, then, after the update rolls out, when you click on it, you'll then get 2 options to forward just this message or multiple messages. And when you click on multiple messages, you will then see a screen that looks a bit like this. So there's some new empty boxes that you can see on the left-hand side of each message that you are able to forward within that chat or channel. Just find the messages that you wish to forward and click into those boxes. Again, remember, it's up to 5 from the same chat or channel. And once you click on those boxes at the side, it'll then turn into a wee blue tick. And then additionally, to keep track of it, at the bottom of the screen, you'll be able to see the number of messages that you've selected. So just in case you're scrolling up and down, trying to find the specific messages you want to forward, this will keep a track of it as well. Then whenever you're ready to forward them, click Next in the bottom right-hand corner. And as far as I know, you'll get the usual forwarding message window that you can see in the top left here. This is where you can put in the name of a person, group, a specific email address, or a tag, as well as any further messaging or context that you wish to add to those selected messages when you're forwarding them. Now, if you take a look in the red box on the right-hand side, you can see that the forwarded messages appear bundled together in one message. And it preserves the order as well. As far as I understand, it's chronological order rather than the order in which you've selected them. But there isn't a lot of information on that at the moment. But it seems from that screenshot that it's just time-based. And again, it includes that additional information, messaging, whatever that you put at the top as normal when you normally forward just one message. This is another of those smaller updates that I think might actually be a bit more impactful than it first seems. Maybe you've been having a back and forth in a channel, but realize there's a dedicated chat or different channel for some of these great ideas that you've come up with. Or perhaps you're just collecting some gossip on one of your colleagues. Well, now you can collate all of that important information and send it bundled together to the relevant chat or channel. The fact that the messages are bundled together will also helpfully help minimize clutter and message spam into said chat or channel. And again, if you're looking to refer back to them or point someone in the right direction, all of those messages and that information are all together in one place. Now, unfortunately, this feature isn't coming out for mobile users quite yet, although they are able to view them. And again, there isn't a timeline for the mobile release of being able to send these messages, but for every other user, this update is due by the end of January. And another small update that I reckon will be quite a big quality of life improvement when using Teams is the fact that Teams will automatically correct commonly misspelt words as you compose messages. This is something that we've probably all come quite accustomed to when using other Microsoft apps like Word or PowerPoint, as well as on our phones, tablets, other devices, etc. So I'm a little surprised that it's taking quite so long to come to Teams when they've already got the functionality elsewhere, but it's Microsoft. However, it is just one of those updates that I love to see. Anything to save us all a few clicks here and there, and additionally, it might help you sending messages that actually make sense on the side when you're trying to look engaged in your meeting and you're not really looking at your hands while you're typing. Not that any of you do that, of course. And I'll certainly know that it's rolled out when that one colleague's messages that don't really make a lot of sense suddenly start being coherent. So now this setting is going to be on by default. But if for whatever reason you find it that it's actually more annoying than helpful, perhaps if you've got your default language set to US English rather than UK English, and it starts adding Zs into some of your words, then you are able to head to your settings, then find the general settings, then the editor spell check, and as you can see in the screenshot here, all you have to do is toggle the correct words while typing setting to off. Targeted release has already begun for this. It actually started back in December, but we should all have access to this by the end of January. Now, and that's us for today. A really, really short one, but I wanted to keep it short to break you in gently to the new year. But hopefully there was still some helpful information in there. Now, I just want to quickly let you know about the next webinar in this series that will be coming next month. So it'll be taking place on Thursday, the 5th of February, and you can register for that now on our website or through the link that my colleague has just posted in the box just now. We look forward to seeing you all there. And if there are any topics or questions that you wish for me to cover in the next webinar, then of course, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me and I'll be happy to have a look. That's the link in the chat just now. So if you want to make sure that the event's in your diary, then please go ahead and register now. Additionally, all of the webinars for the year are up on the website. So if you want to book them all in, then please go through and do that as well. Remember that all of these webinars are recorded and accessible through our YouTube channel and website. So please make sure to have a look through them if you're interested in seeing what you've missed. And also, if you've got colleagues that might be interested in it, then please feel free to share it with them as well. Now, I'll quickly just take you through our stakeholder workshop Bedroq run called the 8 Rocks Assessment. It goes back to the 8 Rocks that I talked through right at the beginning of the webinar. This is a stakeholder workshop and it's designed to get consensus on your business priorities. It can be conducted face-to-face or virtually, and it gets your leaders and investors aligned behind the best way to fully assess your IT strategy. There are no cost implications with this other than a mutual investment of time. So let's say you're an IT leader at your organization, need a bit of backup to prove to the CFO that you need to make an investment into your IT, or if you're looking at ways that you can better use existing IT investments. Well, we're happy to look at all of these things. So please just let us know if that's something that might interest you, and we'll be happy to set this up and introduce you to that team that'll walk you through this process. Now, we've got plenty of time for Q&A, so I will just check and see if any questions have come in. Okay, that's fair enough. I think a lot of the updates today were quite self-explanatory, which is quite nice. So there's not any questions that have come through, so you can all have some time back. But thank you all for joining us. If you have any more questions, perhaps while you're looking through the fact sheet that I'll send out later today, then please feel free to reply to that email. That'll be coming out with the recording. As always, I'll be happy to help with any queries about your content or the content within this webinar or anything else. And we'll look to cover your suggestions in the future as well. And just a quick reminder about cybersecurity. If it's on your mind, you want to talk to someone about it, then we're here. Please just, again, reply to the email coming out later today or get in touch through the website. So again, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I wish you all the best for 2026. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Goodbye.